Okay, it's hunting season, and I need to make an A-frame and gambrel for hanging up deer. So here's everything that you should need. It's 36 inches or a meter of 1/2 inch or 13 mil square bar. You can use round, it doesn't matter. You need some screws, 4 inch or 100 mil, some 3/8 or 10 mil rope, nylon rope. This is polypropylene, same difference. 1.5 inch or 30 mil double pulleys, and a couple connecting links, and some eye bolts. I notice there's 2 different sizes here that'll become apparent later. Now on the 36-inch bar, see I already marked center. Okay, now when you're picking this stuff out, make sure to quality control it at the store as best you can. These fit up all nice. These were nice and loose. And these pulleys, and you see, they're cast and they have a little bit of a casting ridge in there. I picked the best ones on the shelf, but still, since we're using plastic rope, you're gonna want to take a round file and clean those up. This is just a chainsaw file. So I'll clean these up and then we'll be headed to the forge. Okay, first step, we're gonna bend this eye. Put in one of our pulleys and bend it back. There we are. Now we're going to draw a fine taper, a short but fine taper, if that makes any sense. Pretty centered. Doesn't really matter though. But we'll do the same for this side now. There we go. There's both ends tapered. Now we'll heat the metal. Okay, here we are. We're going to find our center punch mark. Give it a bend. Put a mandrel in here. Finish bending. Making sure our center punch mark is still in the middle. Which it is. I'll put this in the vise and give it a squeeze. Now we're going to heat this, flux it, and forge weld it. Okay, 2 welding heats is enough for this application. Okay, next we will work on the points. Actually, no, we're gonna fix up this eye and then we'll work on the points. Okay. Take our drift, and this is a 3/4 inch drift, or 20 mil. This guy in there. And then there we go, that looks much proper. Much more proper. There we go, there's our eye. Now we will work on this end. Okay, now we're going to clamp these in the vise with about 3 inches or 75 mil sticking out. Use a chisel, start prying these apart. Well, now we have it this far, take our hammer. And we want to go to about an 80-degree angle, not quite 90. There we go, take it to the anvil. Make sure we are nice and straight that way. And there we have that. Now we'll come back up here, clamp it in the vise this way, and bend it out. Okay, put this in here. Good clamp. And start spreading. And a little more. I think that'll do her. And there is our gambrel. Like I said, this is 13mm or 1/2 inch square bar mild steel. I've used a round bar version of this, just like this, to hang at. I think, if I remember correctly, it was 184-pound dressed whitetail doe. So I'd say up to 200 pounds, this is pretty good. Over 200 pounds, I think I might add a reinforcing bar along the bottom. Now I like mine kind of shallow, because when you go to cut the hams off, and my point's further up than most, when you go to cut the hams off, it goes like this. And with your points at least at about a 90 degree, that last leg will hang on there pretty good. But this eye is kind of teardrop shaped, so hopefully it only goes about there to where this is 90 degrees. And that last ham won't fall off. Okay, it is still very hot from applying beeswax to it. But we can still add this link. Next, we'll start work on the A-frame. And a note, I also applied beeswax to the pulley that we put the eye bolt on. Okay, here we have a whole heap of wood. Now it's going to be built much like this sawhorse here, I-beam style. We got our 3 pieces for the top. Those are 8 foot long, or 2.5 meters. We've got 8 pieces at 7 foot or 2 meters. And these are going to be our braces. These are just 8 foot to 2.5 meter lengths that'll be cut down to size. And we have 16, 8 or 16, I can't remember. Yeah, it's 8. 2 foot long or like 3/4 of a meter, marked in the middle to splice our leg bits together. We'll start by assembling the top I-beam. This is the bottom. You'll notice I got it marked off in the center. That's for our eye bolt. We're going to drill this and screw in our eye bolt. And there we have that. Before we move on with this piece, we got to put in our eyelet for our cord here. Okay, you see that's screwed just off of the center here. It's going to go down and then come back up just like that. Here we're going to splice our 2 leg pieces together. Okay, real quick, you can see we're ready to put on the legs now, and you can see that the middle is 1/4 inch shorter on both ends. I'm going to line up the top of the board here and the edge of the board here and the edge of the board here to give it a slight outward kick to make it more stable, just like so. Now we want to make sure we're touching here and here. I'll put our screws in up here first. Two into here. And we want to angle these. And one more down here. Nice and secure. Okay, now your hobo janky method of holding the top leg up is still holding. Measure the distance between the 2 bottom ends of the splice. Here we got just under 5 foot or 1.5 meters. We're going to cut that out of this board right here, put that in here, and screw it in. Battery dead. Now we've got both legs propped up, don't worry about. We're going to run a screw through the end on each one of these. To hold that spacer in place. Okay, you can't flip this thing by yourself, otherwise you'll twist it in half. So get somebody else to help you. Now we can finish running our screws in from this end, and we can string our block and tackles for our 2 pulleys. All right, let's see if I can remember how to do this right. Uh-oh, we have a problem. This doesn't go through here. That's all right. We can use a different one. So I'm going to tie off here, come down to here, up to here, down to here, up to here. So reverse would be this way. There, to here. To here. To here. And tie it off to here. I don't think a tri-lane knot's going to work very well. We'll just go with an improved cinch knot. For now, just to see if I did indeed do this right. And it seems that I did. Now I'll just run this guy on out and stand her up. Okay, if anyone's wondering, it's a 5/16 chain connecting link, and that's a 1/2 chain connecting link, 8 mil and 13 mil. Now let's try and run this guy on out. Go figure, story of my life. Okay, that's to ground level. Now we just need enough slack to get us back to ground level. And it's good, I'll figure this mess out off camera. This was a 100-foot rope. And it looks like you need about, I don't know what that is in metric, sorry. But it looks like you need about 75 feet of rope for this. And now it's time to stand it up. Okay.
It could be a comedy fest.
Yeah, blooper reel. How much do you think this weighs?
I don't know.
Probably 100 pounds?
Or more than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's got about 2 pounds of screws in it. All right, let's test it. Hop on there.
Yeah, sure.
I'll test it. Well, before I hurt myself, I weigh about 175 pounds. That's about 80 kilos, something like that. I'm gonna get off before I hurt myself. Sure do. Okay, we've got to add one more eyelet here to tie our cord off to. So we'll just drill that in. The many uses of a pickaroon. Okay, leave the smooth shank exposed so we can just wrap. Wrap and tie the trucker's hitch. You're done. Just like that. Now when hunting season's over, you just take that screw there and that screw there, same thing on the other side out, on each leg, and you can pop the top off the base for more compact storage.